retain their swagger.
Usually we're capitalized on the situation, but, you know, we're a great team, back-to-back world champions. We'll be back.
We're not just going to go down without a fight. I mean, a serious fight. The next game they win, if they win, it's going to be the hardest game that they've ever had to play in their lives.
True to their words, the Pistons employed their personal brand of survival tactics.
We had to take the physical aspect of their game, and we talked about playing through that kind of thing, and the guys were ready to do that, and they were mentally very tough.
Refusing to be intimidated, the Bulls calmly executed to perfection.
A battle between Jordan and Dumars, and then Jordan collided with Aguirre. Shot clock is at 2. Pippen, yes.
I got hit with the elbow, and I went down a little bit, and I got up and I was angry. And Michael came over and he said to me, relax, just, don't worry about it. And don't let them see you hurt. If they see you hurt, they're gonna come after you more and more. So just smile and walk away, because it was all out of frustration.
Dwyer switching off on Pippen. Look out, Pippen sent flying. He knew he was going to get hit.
In the past, we would break down mentally and become individuals, which is the way they want you to be. But as a unit, when everybody's contributing, we were very strong, and we were able to overpower them.
Michael dribbles out to Pippen. Left side, Paxson. He comes up shooting. It's in. Oh, Johnny Paxson. Yes. Stuck on automatic.
Unable to slow Chicago's attack, the Pistons would cling to their game plan, waiting for their pressure to rattle the Bulls.
Yo, listen. They don't execute great in this situation. They'll throw up a wild shot if you play good defense.
But the Pistons would wait in vain.
Sequence by Detroit. Shot clock at 2. Yes, and it counts.
With the game slipping away, it would be the Pistons who would lose their composure. Detroit's pregame predictions had turned out to be empty promises. They had badly underestimated the Bulls, and now it was Chicago's turn to prognosticate.
I felt like we was going to sweep them, and I've said it before. The series even ended that we were going to sweep this team.
Pippen and the Bulls had put the specter of past defeats behind them. They would now look to complete their sweep. And Detroit could do nothing to stand in their way.
More than anything else, Scottie showed more discipline. He didn't retaliate, he didn't cry to the referees, he just played basketball. And I think that showed them that they couldn't intimidate us. And after they couldn't intimidate us, I think they felt like we were a better ball club.
Get him! Right here, bang you!
We knew we were in the driver's seat when they were reacting out of frustration.
Totally dominating the Pistons, the Bulls reveled in their long-awaited vindication.
It was a great feeling for these players to know that they had such control and such domination of a team which had put us through so many grinding times together.
Who would have thought sweep?
I was always very confident that we could beat this team. And I felt this year when we faced them, we were ready. We believed in ourselves. We believed in the system that we've been under for the last couple of years. And it's gratifying when you get to that point.
Everything that they had always thought that they could take from us, we had took it back.
With Detroit's hasty exit, the Piston nightmare was finally over. And for the first time, the Bulls were moving on.
To get past those guys was almost a championship, but not quite.
In beating Detroit, the Bulls had dispelled any remaining notions that they were just the Michael Jordan show, as they even accepted the MVP trophy as a team.
Award to Michael Jordan.
But that was not the story that the media chose to focus on, as the Bulls prepared to meet the Lakers in the finals.
This series tends to be, at least in the public mind, Air Jordan against the Magic Man. There's no question, you're not going to avoid the Magic Michael thing.
They're calling it the Dream Series, Magic versus Michael. I know that the whole team's involved, but it's just, that's the way it's going to be played. You can blame LA for this, right?
Well, it's a big media hype. We know that, and it's very important for me as a player, and one of the main focal points is to not take away from the team.
If the Bulls were to retain their focus as a team, they would have to weather an unprecedented media barrage.
No, I don't see myself getting into butterflies. Oh, I have butterflies now.
It won't bother me. I mean, this is a chance of a lifetime.
Page 2 is first, Andy. Stand by to PNN 7. South to 5.
Beat LA! Bulls t-shirt! Who's next here?
Oh, no way. Get the wrong graphics up there to recycle. No silver.
You are looking at Chicago Stadium, and they are basketball crazy here in Chicago as we approach the start of the NBA Championship Series.
What time is it?
The keyed-up Bulls charged into their first final with raw emotion and raw nerves.
Michael lost the handle on the dribble to Devos. Cartwright backs in, left baseline, turnaround jumper, air ball.
But while Chicago struggled to shake their opening jitters, the more experienced Lakers looked to take quick advantage as Magic Johnson calmly directed their methodical attack.
6:50 to go in the first period. Great inside pass entry from Magic to Worthy, who lays it in off the window.
Dictating the tempo, the Lakers seized control early and had the normally high-octane Bulls stuck in neutral.
Now we got to go out first stop this time and start playing basketball. Now get your confidence back. Be aggressive.
Get up! Get up! Scotty on the move, now to Jordan, in for the right, for the goal!
Taking their cue from Jordan, the Bulls were finally off and running, forcing the Lakers into transition and storming back into the game.
3-on-2. Pippen. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen.
With their lead cut to 1, the Lakers would again look to Magic, who would provide not one answer,
Magic with a three-point shot. Scores!
but 2.
All right, Magic fires a three. Good! Magic Johnson has taken over with 2 3-pointers in the last minute and a half of the third period.
A weary Jordan would again look to respond, but he would not do it alone.
Don't leave Michael alone here. It's not time yet. Right. You guys are running away from your offense. Don't run away from your offense.
Chicago would once again rally around Jordan.
Stolen by Armstrong, ahead to Jordan. Back to Armstrong, now to Michael for the finish.
Yo, good play. BJ spectacular.
With the Lakers' lead having all but vanished, both teams braced for a furious finish.
Magic is saying, calm down, calm down.
Magic with the spin. The pass off the dribble of Devos. What a play. Magic Johnson.
Jordan guarded by Scott. Jordan turns in the lane, gets the shot up. Good foul on Scott.
The Bulls come out of there with it. Jordan wants to run down the left side, pull-up jumper. Goal!
We got the lead. They got to score. Make them shoot a jump shot to beat us. Right?
Oh boy, this is what coaches get paid for.
Perkins goes for 3. He's got it. He went for the shot from downtown to take the lead.
All right, here we go. One in time. Michael, if they all run at you, remember Scotty's right here. Bill's right here. Max back to him. 9 seconds, a lot of time.
Pass me the aspirin bottle. Get the oxygen tent ready. This is unbelievable. Bulls down by 1. 9 seconds to play. They lob it over the top to Jordan. Jordan gets it. Changes direction. Pull-up jumper left side.
Come on, baby, ball. Get it in, get it out.
Get it out. Ball knocked loose. Grabbed by the Lakers.
The Los Angeles Lakers steal game 1 from the Chicago Bulls.
It felt good. It rattled in and it came out.
I just knew Michael Sharp was going in. When I seen it, it was on target, it was up high enough. I was like, this is it. It rattled in and rattled out. I was like, oh my gosh.
A lot of distractions. We're going to have to, something LA's gone through and learned, how to deal with before. We haven't had to do that. We're going to have to learn in a hurry if we're going to win the series.
There's no question about it. This is singularly the biggest game in the 25-year NBA history of the Bulls franchise.
We felt like we were unbeatable, but, they proved us wrong, and now we got to go back to the drawing board and come up with something new.
Los Angeles Lakers are in the catbird seat after lifting the home court advantage from the Bulls. You get to this point, and they will drown you, flat drown you.
You go down like you live tonight, okay? Take this game, let's wrestle it out of their grasp and go to LA. Let's go. All right.
Only two teams have ever lost the first two games of the finals and come back to win a championship.
Well, we know we got to win. I don't think we should panic, because when you panic, you really don't play your best basketball.
We've been in this situation a lot. We just about know what we have to do in those situations. So we're used to it.
The Chicago Bulls admit that this is the biggest game of their basketball life.
They felt they had that because we were nervous. We lost our composure, and they thought that the nervousness and the tentativeness would have been there again, but it wasn't.
Led by a determined Michael Jordan, the Bulls would serve notice early that Game 1 was already a distant memory.
Michael Jordan just kind of running the show, distributing the basketball.
What a pass from Jordan.
Jordan's biggest beneficiary was a resurgent Horace Grant, who poured in 10 first-quarter points.
Here's Grant.
I got embarrassed in the first game, and I just took it upon myself to take it to him in the next game.
The Bulls had turned their game up a notch, but the Lakers would not be easily shaken.
Perkins easily around Purdue, and he served up a facial.
And although the Bulls' offense was in high gear, the complexion of the game was about to change.
And that is number 3 on Jordan.
As the Bulls found their best defender in foul trouble, Chicago would need someone to step to the forefront.
Here's Magic with the basketball. Scotty at the top, and we're taking Magic out of the ball. Got it?
The daunting task of containing the Lakers' living legend now fell upon Scottie Pippen.
To have the opportunity to play against a guy like Magic, someone that I always idolized and watched, I felt like that I had to step up and put all that behind and go up and do my best.
Notice the matchup with Pippen on Magic, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, able to bump, be physical with Magic.
Pippen's smothering defense on Magic grounded the Laker attack, while the Bulls could now set their sights on ruling the airwaves.
Jordan with the step and the bucket. Michael Jordan on fire. Jordan. Yes. The Bulls have exploded.
Trolling alley-oop pass underneath the...
Oh, it's good! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Under pressure, right corner Paxson. He comes up shooting and
hitting. Johnny!
Here's Pippen. The Bulls blowing the Lakers out.
Led by an unconscious Jordan, Chicago exploded, showcasing a little bit of everything, and then some.
A spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
Cliff threw it back to me, and I saw a clear lane to the basket, so I was going to dunk the ball. I exposed the ball, but then I saw long-arm Sam Perkins there, and it was just instincts to change it. And I changed it to my left hand and was able to get it off.
When he came down the lane, he just, went one way, put it in one hand, floated about a 5 more yards, said, well, I don't know, and then he went off against the glass. So it was his game tonight. He really took it over in the second half. The only thing is, no matter if you get beat by 1 or 20, it's still 1-1.
The Lakers' confidence seemed well-founded as they returned home to their enchanted domain for Game 3.
It doesn't get any better than this. This is the Magic Kingdom, California. Magic!
history had not been kind to the visiting Bulls, who would never won a playoff game in this forum of champions.
If you're not nervous before a game, there's something wrong with you.
Despite their previous failings, Chicago ignored the pressure.
Let's go, baby. It's our game right here, baby. Come on, man.
As the game began, both teams traded shots. And in this pivotal contest, Chicago knew that the heavy artillery would soon begin their assault.
If we want it, we're going to have to take it. It's not going to be given to us. We have to get up on them and pressure them and make them work for everything they get.
But in this physical struggle, neither team was giving ground. Though the Bulls would manage to cling to a one-point lead going into the half, they would once again find themselves in foul trouble and in need of an adjustment.
Good first half here at the Forum.
We felt like they had too much vision on the court. They were too aware and too knowledgeable players to be able to give them that much time and vision. And with foul trouble on Michael, we had to make the move. With Scotty on Magic, and we wanted to make him have to use up time on the clock.
The strategy that had befuddled LA in Game 2 now played into their hands, as the prepared Lakers quickly pounded the ball inside to Divac, who ignited an 18-2 third-quarter run.
And low to Vlade. Vlade against Jordan again. Down the middle, he gives to Worthy. Worthy gives to Perkins. Slam dunk!
The Lakers would build a commanding 13-point lead, while the Bulls searched for answers.
Beautiful passing. I like Vlade's patience.
I was wondering when Phil was going to put me in. I just sat there and waited my turn and just, I said, well, when I get in, I got to make something happen.
Cliff, if he doesn't have it, you got to step up.
Cliff Levingston would answer the call, sparking Chicago with his contagious intensity as the emotionally charged Bulls willed their way back into the game.
Checked it emphatically by Levingston. Beautiful look away. Jordan for Pippen.
The momentum had shifted.
And now it's Mike Dunleavy burning a timeout. 8:42 left in the fourth.
For nearly 4 quarters, the two teams had been locked in an epic showdown. And as the game hung in the balance, the role of hero had yet to be cast.
Now, we're fine if we communicate defensively down there on the corner series. But you got to watch Divac's reach it. Got to get on.
It's our game right here, baby. Come on.
In the game's final seconds, Vlade Divac would seemingly stumble into stardom.
For the game winner. Divac fumbled it, recovered. Yes, and it counts.
Divac's dramatic three-point play would give LA a 2-point lead.
Oh, no. 93!
And Scotty Pippen a 6th foul. It was now Michael Jordan's turn to take center stage and to seek redemption.
Almost like Game 1 right down to the second. And the Bulls were unable to score in Game 1 in the closing seconds to avoid defeat. And they're going to take at the end. They're going to take at the end of the court all the way. They have no timeouts left. Full court press. Jordan against Byron Scott. Turning the lane, comes up shooting, got it! Game tied with 3.4 left.
The Bulls would share Jordan's redemption.
Michael Jordan.
When he shot, it was like, we're winning this. We went overtime, we're winning this. And there was no doubt about it.
The Bulls had withstood the Lakers' charge.
Michael comes away with it. Cliff Levingston took the charge, and there was no foul call. Paxson's shot from the left is in.
The Lakers had experience and the home court on their side.
Michael spins out.
But the Bulls had Michael Jordan.
Is in a spectacular play by Jordan.
This is a bitter loss for the Lakers because of those.
And the series lead.
Well, on that point, let's go downstairs. Mike Dunleavy, the Lakers coach, is breaking it down.
Well, we're in a ditch. Not in a hole, we're in a ditch.
Supposedly, according to some of the coaches, they were out, they practiced for a solid hour and a half on the floor. We play them, we squeeze them a little bit, make them work extra hard. If things don't work out, communicate with each other out there on the floor.
We'd have to be ready for this storm because these guys are too good to be let off the hook.
We can't get down the window.
The Lakers' storm was swift in coming.
Here's Worthy. Yes.
But the Bulls were prepared for its fury. For the Lakers, victory was essential. And their aggressiveness echoed the vital nature of their quest.
Rebound AC again. Oh, is he playing his game today?
Rebound. Stay after that ball. We got to stay with it.
The Bulls were equally determined as they too fervently banged the boards.
Rebound inside though by Livingston. Scores!
And as they stepped up their intensity, the Lakers' storm began to ebb.
Williams now with it. Craig Hodges driving into the front court. On ahead to Jordan. He scoops it up. Rimming. Yes! Takes him in the lane. Fadeaway jumper. Good. Bill Cartwright hits it.
Here goes Jordan to Grant. Back to Jordan. He takes the last shot of the half and he hits it.
Up by 9 points at the half, the Bulls remained focused.
If you get them down, you want to keep them down.
Let's go get him, bro. Let's go.
We can't get down the window.
We're not satisfied yet.
The assault came quickly. And from every conceivable angle, as Chicago's offensive barrage kept the Lakers at bay.
John Paxson has been a crusher.
And though there was still some magic in the air as LA narrowed the gap,
Important sequence for the Lakers.